The film is set in 1986, South Korea. A small rural town in Gyeonggi Province is shaken by a series of murders. Victims are young women, brutally killed after being raped. Local police are ill-equipped to handle such crimes. Detective Park Do-man is introduced. He relies on instinct and face reading to identify suspects. His methods are crude, unscientific, often violent. His partner is Detective Cho Yeon-koo. Cho is known for beating confessions out of suspects. The police force is disorganized and careless. A young boy discovers the first body in a field. A second murder follows soon after. Panic spreads among townspeople. Evidence is scarce, and police lack forensic training. Park quickly arrests a mentally disabled man, Baek Kwang-ho. Baek is coerced into confessing, but his statements don't match the crime details. Inspector Seo Tae-yoon arrives from Seoul. Seo is calm, professional, analytical. He represents modern investigative methods. Park and Seo clash over approaches. Park trusts gut feelings. Seo trusts documents, science, and patience. Another murder occurs during heavy rain. A pattern is noticed. Murders happen on rainy nights. A mysterious radio program requests links to the crimes. Each murder coincides with a request for a specific song. The police start monitoring the broadcasts. The town lives in fear of rainy nights. Women walk in groups, avoid fields. Another lead, shoe prints found near crime scene. A suspect matching the shoe size is tracked, but evidence remains inconclusive. Villagers complain about police incompetence. The detective's frustration grows. Seo believes the factory worker may be the killer. Park focuses on body language of suspects. Both approaches repeatedly fail. Baek Kwang-ho is eventually proven innocent. He dies tragically in a train accident during an escape attempt. The deaths continue. Women are found bound, gagged, tied with their own clothing. The brutality shocks the officer. Forensics from Seoul offer little help. DNA technology is primitive at the time. Detectives pressure suspects violently. Their desperation reveals systemic police flaws. The town becomes a symbol of rural helplessness. Park's arrogance begins to crack. Seo becomes increasingly obsessive. Rain again foreshadows another killing. The detectives rush but arrive too late. Frustration peaks in the department. Media and citizens demand answers. Seo discovers a new suspect, Park Hae-gyu. Hae-gyu fits the pattern and circumstances. He is intelligent, quiet, and unsettling. Seo feels strongly convinced he is the killer. Park also begins to suspect him. Forensics are sent to America for DNA testing. The detectives grow impatient. Seo confronts Hae-gyu aggressively. He nearly shoots him out of rage. But Park stops him at the last second. The DNA test returns, inconclusive. No match can be proven. The case collapses into despair. Seo's certainty turns into self-doubt. Park realizes his instinct has failed. Both detectives are broken. Hae-gyu walks away free. The murders stop as mysteriously as they began. Years later, the film flashes forward. Park has left the force. He sells products door to door, living quietly. One day, he visits the old crime scene. A young girl mentions another man had recently come there. He looked into the ditch, quietly reflecting. Park asks her what he looked like. She says, "Just ordinary." Park kneels at the ditch. He stares directly into the camera. His eyes plead, asking, "Who was the killer?" The film ends with ambiguity. No resolution, no justice, no closure. Park Do-man. From cocky, instinct-driven cop disillusioned, humbled man. He embodies traditional, corrupt policing. His arc represents Korea's flawed justice system. Seo Tae-yoon. From rational, methodical investigator consumed by obsession. He loses control, nearly commits murder. His arc shows limits of rationality without evidence. Hwaseong, loyal, violin, baduto. He represents old-school authoritarianism. His leg injury sidelines him, symbolizing end of his era. Hae-gyu, chilling suspect, never confirmed. He embodies the unknowable evil, failure of authority. Police cannot protect citizens. Transition era. 1980s Korea, shifting from dictatorship toward modern democracy. Rural versus urban. Primitive instincts clash with modern forensics. Ambiguity of truth. Certainty proves impossible. Banality of evil. The killer may be ordinary, unnoticed. Male violence and patriarchy. Women targeted, silenced, ignored. Ray motif. Inevitability, cleansing, and dread. Nature versus humanity. Fields, ditches, mud contrast with human brutality. Hopelessness of justice. Truth slips away. Memory. Crimes haunt survivors, and investigators' park, breaking the fourth wall, confronts the audience. He asks us to look for the killer. The gaze suggests collective guilt. Ordinary men could be monstrous. The lack of closure mirrors real events. The real Hwaseong serial murders were unsolved at the time. Bong Joon-ho emphasizes realism, not catharsis. The audience is left unsettled. Justice is absent. Trauma lingers based on true Hwaseong serial killings. Occurred between 1986 to 1991. 10 women murdered, aged 14 to 71. Case remained unsolved for decades. In 2019, DNA evidence identified Lee Chun-jae as the killer. But during the film's release, case was cold. That context made the ending even more haunting. Bong Joon-ho iligs Korea social bonds. Police brutality scandals echoed in real life. Bong uses long takes and wide shots. The rural landscapes feel suffocating. Violence is often implied, not shown. Dark humor mixes with tragedy. Editing emphasizes futility of investigation. Sound design builds dread, especially rain. Cinematography frames the fields like graves. Performances balance absurdity and sorrow. The tonal shifts are deliberate. Genre: crime thriller, social critique. Tragedy Memories of Murder is not about catching a killer. It is about failure, uncertainty, and human weakness. The detectives change more than the case itself. The film reflects Korea's collective memory of trauma. Its power lies in ambiguity, leaving us haunted,